This video is brought to you by anti-gravity lithium-ion batteries used by Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha and Monster Energy Kawasaki and many more teams. And you can use the same battery as Eli Tomac, Jason Anderson, and others. Anti-gravity batteries offer more power and capacity than the competitors because they give you a larger lithium battery pack. But additionally, they offer features like the world's first batteries with built-in jump starting that will never leave you stranded. So check them out at antigravitybatteries.com.
Hey guys and gals, I am Kris Keefer. Welcome to RacerXOnline.com, and you are staring/drooling at this 2023.5 MC250 GasGas Factory Edition. It is a beautiful machine. It actually looks like a little miniature Barsha 250F, which is really cool. There is something to be said about a red machine, and man, this GasGas is really special and lovely looking. So for me, I brought my hyperactive B-Class over-revving son here today to help me break this machine down for you guys and give you what it's like for you guys out there, what it's like to ride. What's different on it? What's the same? Is it worth you guys out there purchasing this bike? And I actually wanted to give you some teenagers out there some tips on how to properly ride a 250F. So we'll talk to Aden about that. But more importantly, we'll break this whole machine down for you guys out there. We'll be right back. We're gonna go ride this thing, and we'll break it down for about 10 minutes for you. So stay tuned. All right, we're wrapping it up here at Glen Helen Raceway. For Southern California, you know, we actually have some moisture. We've had a good winter out here, so the track was good for testing. The 2023.5 GasGas MC250F Factory Edition. That's a lot of words. This bike right here, there is some differences between this bike and the standard MC250F. Obviously, cosmetically, we have the new bodywork, we have the updated frame. We have a Kropovich, so you guys know how to say it, a Kropovich slip-on. Obviously, we have a different wheel set. We have anodized hubs, updated fork and shock settings, which we probably will see in 2024. And overall, there is a little bit of differences in feeling of chassis. This is an all-aluminum frame versus a composite hybrid of the KTM and the Husqvarna. So you're not quite getting the exact same bike as you are on the orange and the white side. So the red side, the fun side, the GasGas side is what they try to market it as. The GasGas is the fun, more, hey, I'm just gonna go out and ride, have a good time type of brand. But this bike has a lot of racy aspects to it. I brought my son in here, Aden Keefer. He's 17 years old, he rides the B-Class. Since it looks like a Barsha bike, why not bring a kid that revs the crap out of it as well? Because I feel like a 250F machine, although now more vet riders are getting to see the light, I like to say, because you don't need all the 450 cc's of fury that you might want to go out on track and just have a good time, right? So 250 cc's is plenty for a vet guy like myself, 170 pounds, but this is more catered to a guy like Aden. So I made it really simple for you kids out there, younger teenagers. 3 things that you like about this bike, Aden, and 3 things that you may think that, hey, it needs some improvement. So let's start with the positives. The positives are
lean angle, like area 1 and 2 of the corner. I mainly noticed in area 1 compared to all the other bikes I've ridden. This stays really planted and leans really nice into the corner. It doesn't really have that, wash, that front end wash as some of the other bikes, like the KTM, for example. The KTM has that really badly, has a front end wash. So area 1, lean angle is really nice. The second thing I like about it is the engine. KTM, Husky, GasGas, they all have the same engine. Then the mid to top, it pulls far. Coming up these hills at Glen Helen, I wheelied a couple times coming up. I was like, because I kind of forgot how to ride one of these. And I'm like, oh crap, There's the power. So it lacks a little bit of bottom end, which is one thing I don't like. I do kind of want a little bit more of that snap when coming out of corners. Some of the corners out here today were really deep, and I feel like it just kind of, it lacked a little bit of power off the bottom.
Third thing that you like about this thing?
Third thing I like about this thing, obviously, us kids that really like how the bike looks, and I actually really like how the bike looks.
So he was a hater. When he first saw the GasGas look with the side panels, he was a hater, but then he got to the track, he's like, oh, it actually looks pretty good, so it kind of grew on you.
It did grow on me. At first, I didn't really like how some of the blue didn't match, but as I rode it more, it grew on me, and red looks sick on a bike, I think.
Give us some points of improvement that GasGas could use. So obviously we talked about the lack of low end, and what Aden's talking about, and I feel this too, and I'll add on to this, is just the character of the KTM Husqvarna GasGas engine. It's a smoother roll-on power, and then like Aden said, it climbs for days. For mid and top, you can come out of these corners at the bottom of a hill, stay in second, and although you don't have that excitement coming out, it'll pull second and third gear longer than, I'm going to say,
most
any
bikes.
other 250Fs out there right now. So it's just a long, seamless feel. There's a lot of rear wheel connectivity. I like that. But you're just not going to feel like wah, wah. You're not going to get that Kawasaki or YZ low-end RPM response. And for some, that could mean a lot to you guys out there. You want that excitement. You want that pop. You want that fun factor underneath you. This is more of like, hey, if you're a little bit tired, I'm going to help you out. It's not going to be like, hey, I'm fresh, I'm hyper, I need some excitement. That is not this GasGas engine. It is a long linear pull, similar to the bigger bikes, the 450 cc's that GasGas provides. Also, the Kropovich muffler has that nature, has that character built into it. You stick any one of these Kropovich mufflers on any brand of bike, it gives you that long linear character. If you're looking to tame down the low end on any bike, the Kropovich kind of does that, and it gives you more mid to top end broad feel. So just something to be noted if you're out there shopping for different aftermarket mufflers. Second thing, Aden.
Second thing,
Not shocking. Here it comes. It's coming at you. Ready?
the second thing they need to improve on, I feel like, is the fork.
Oh, there it is.
I'm not a fan of the air fork. It just feels...
Now, hold on. You did grow up riding air fork. So you were a KTM kid growing up. When you transitioned from 2-stroke to 4-stroke, we had you on a Honda for a brief amount of time, and then it was KTM for a long time.
Yeah.
And you rode it.
I did. I rode it. I had a set of A-kit stuff that Mark from AEO made for me, and a set of air fork stuff that he also made. And I went back to the air fork just because I liked it more.
But now you've been on spring for a while.
I've been on spring now, KYB stuff, and this stuff's just a little too harsh for me.
And it's a little bit tiresome at times as a dad to dial in some air pressure settings for Aden. I feel like if I was out here at Glen Helen all day racing, I would have to keep up on this air fork. I am not your Nick Way kind of father or a Joe Aloff kind of father. I like to have a safe bike, build it, and then I want to relax all day and help him racing. I don't want to be tinkering and working on bikes when I'm there. So if you're a tinkerer like Nick Way, air forks are not bad. It does have some comfort. So when I ride it, I appreciate the holdup and the comfort that this has been having the last couple years. WP has done a good job with the air fork for getting rid of that crusty feel, that harsh feel. To me, the air fork just simply isn't the same throughout the whole day. And I want to kind of like simplify my life a little bit, and Spring Fork does that. Now, spring conversions, they're out there, they're available. Also more money, right? So you're spending a lot of money right here, but then, hey, now I got to buy a spring conversion. If you're okay with that, then this bike gets even better and more planted than it does with the air fork. So depends how much money you want to spend. All right, third thing that you want to see improved.
Bars. Bars hurt my hands really badly when riding. Just slapping down, slap downs, coming off of jumps, it really hurts my hands. And I feel like, too, they're a little too wide. So I think that's another thing they can improve on.
For me, I like the bend. The bar itself is a stiffer nature bend. I am not 100% positive, but I do think Neckin makes the handlebar, which is a stiffer natured bar. If you want to improve the hand feel You can always go to a Pro Taper Evo bar. A Renthal Fat bar has a little bit more flex than this. The Fast Company Flex bar, if you're an older guy, there's other options out there that can help you for slap down feel, bump comfort. These are 811 millimeters wide. I'm a 800 to 804 millimeter wide, and you guys out there thinking, oh my God, it's literally 8 millimeters. How are you gonna feel that? You do feel that, trust me. I promise you, you cut that down a little bit, it will help your cornering. I noticed it when I rode it, it just feels wide when you corner. And you would think, oh, I have more leverage, right? No, it's not quite like that when you're riding a motocross track. So you can narrow those up a little bit and you'll feel a lot better. You're 5'9"?
5'9", yep, 5'8", 5'9".
And I'm a 6 foot, so I think that's a good direction for you guys out there.
One thing that I do say is I really do like the rider triangle of it.
Yeah,
Compared to the other Austrian brands, I feel like this has the best rider triangle.
So I did notice it when I rode the MC450. I feel like I'm up a little bit taller on the GasGas versus the Husqvarna. I feel like I'm in it, and I don't know if it's the seat foam or how the seat is laid out, but I do feel like I'm a little bit taller. So like I said, the plastic layout is a different. To get the seat off, you guys are wondering, because I had this problem, I didn't know where the bolt was. I'm like, where's the bolt to take the seat off? You will have to remove the left side cover, and then the bolt is in there, and then you can remove the seat. So it is a little bit tricky, but once you learn and you get your bike, I would sit out in the garage for a couple hours and just stare at it, look at it, just like you do your lovely wife at home, and you know, go out and play with it a little bit in the garage. Just go out and look. So for me, that's what I would do. Overall, very fun bike. So if you're looking for a bike that has a linear, smoother character, the MC250F Factory Edition is that. It's very long and it pulls extremely well up on top. I like the gearing ratios. I would leave the stock gearing. I'm glad they went to a 110 rear tire. The looks of it is amazing. Aden, you did try the white and the green map. Which one? The white was the mellow, the green was the aggressive?
Yes.
So which one did you like?
To be honest, I like the aggressive one just a little more because it did give it that little bit more of that fun factor off the bottom.
Yep.
But not as much as I was looking for. One thing though, I really also like that they added is quick shift. I really like quick shift.
So we had problems shifting KTMs maybe a year or two ago under load, like coming out of corners, getting the bike into third gear. It was a little bit notchy. You felt that as well.
It was notchy, and then it would bind up, and it would just get stuck, and it was a pain in the butt, especially when racing too.
So quick shift does actually help that. This bike doesn't have that notchy feeling from second to third. I also think quick shift is a great tool for you guys racing to get out of the gate. If you're in second gear and you got to get that shift in quick to beat the guy next to you, that quick shift will get you right there and make get a half a wheel on the guy, and then there you go. Then you can just move over on him and ruin his day and not yours. So that is a plus. I do like the split triple clamps. If you guys have a normal standard version KTM, Husqvarna, GasGas, the Power Parts clamps are amazing. They give you more comfort. They don't bind the fork, so that is not a gimmick. That is actually something that the race team uses, and they currently use this hard part clamp. There's no gimmicks. It's not a fake split clamp like they did back last year. They're actually using the same one that you and I can buy out there, so that is very nice. So again, skid plate, lots of extras that you get on the Factory Edition. Very good looking bike. GasGas has come a long way. I mean, let's face it, I never thought I would ride a GasGas in my lifetime in motocross. I thought it was just a trials bike. So more brands for us to choose from, which is just great for the consumer. And I forget how much fun it is to ride a 250F. I've ridden one the last, I don't know, we've been doing 250F stuff the last couple of weeks, and it is fun to ride. But you come from another brand, and you thought that, well, he came off the track and said, hey, you know, I actually enjoyed riding this thing. I will be transparent. He wasn't too psyched to ride it this morning.
I wasn't too psyched to ride it this morning.
But look at it. Changed his mind, opened his eyes a little bit. So the GasGas brand is doing a great job out there. So you might want to go check them out at your local dealer. If you have any questions, Kris at KeeferInkTesting.com. I'm happy to help you guys. My door is open. If you're a young lad, teenager, you want to know more about this bike, Aden at KeeferInkTesting.com. That's A-D-E-N. That's how Heather and I spelled his name. Sorry.
Aden.
It's not A-I-D-E-N. So Aden at KeeferInkTesting.com. He's happy to help you. And don't forget, subscribe to RacerX. Davey will yell at me if I don't get more subscriptions, so please help me. You read? No, he doesn't. So don't listen to him. I read. I'm older. I like magazines. 12 issues, $30. get yourself a free gift, and there's a lot of cool things inside the magazine that you can't see on our website. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you on the next test.
See you guys.